Hola, buenos dias. How's everybody doing? Everybody's doing well. Before we get started, we talked a lot on the private link. You know, I'd like to do that from time to time. It helps me, it helps you, it helps everybody truly understand what we are. That's what we come down to. So it helped out in so many ways and forms, and how we see yourself coming back to who we are, right? Who we are from the very beginning. I've done videos and videos and videos on that. But it's all about you understanding you're being self-aware of everything through its alarming of you, through its system, truly getting into the connections of what you want to become, into its mission, into a journey of its mission, into something that is so incredible to the mind system. So I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and everybody who's watching my channel as we keep going and going and going to the force, you know, force in, force without, force of everything, force of activation, force of lights, everything through transfusion, everything through meditation, everything through mutation, everything through metamorphosing, everything through embodiment. We're going to get into alignments of how you become a transformation, okay? How you understand transformation. So it all comes down to levels of who you are from the birthing system of your birth dates. We already gone through that connection. But to understand yourself is to really know how we are all connected. How are we connected? Let's think about that for a second. You know you're human. You know your essence of a human. You can pinch yourself. You know it hurts. It's pain, right? So that's the optical level you have to understand. We all are conception of consumption to everything through pain. Right? So we have to feel the pain. So with life, there is death, right? So it's not what you think. Death is not what you think. And that's what we got to get across. Okay. It's the self-discovery of you from its very beginning. So when you die, you never really are passed away. The only thing that leaves is your body, but your soul is identified and the spirit travels. And it stays within you always, always, always. It's just that you live that life system, but you're always going back into the presence of its system. Okay, you're always living the presence of the here and now with your thoughts. That is power alone. That gives you fruition of light. Okay, so I set up a YouTube platform, okay, of a guy, okay, with a bunch of mist of a cloud, light, and you see the sun reflecting. Okay, so it's a profile of a guy. Okay, that is more a resemblance of what I went through transformation. I wanted to show you that. I didn't want to show you any fabrication of gods, or, you know, Hindu gods or Greek gods or anything through mythology gods or anything, that connection system. We want to get into the research of ourselves through self-discovery of who we are, through all connections of forms of lights. That's the most powerful thing we have to come across. Okay. So if you want to go through my healing, that's great. If you want to go through my connections when it comes into all formations, coming into your quantum levels or your atmosphere, anything through your computer, anything through your adaptation of your cycles, anything to location when it comes into your chakra system, I can put you in your 12 rotations right away. Doesn't matter who you are, male, female, child, doesn't matter. I can help anything in any way and form and transform anybody into light. That's the whole point of this. Is truly understand it. Put your positions of who you are through connection. It balances out everything. When I wake up in the morning, I'm always, always in the presence. That is the light. Okay. So I've done videos on the whole essence when it comes into light and dark. Okay. The light of its reference, the dark of its reference. The light of its exception, the dark of its exception. So you know that with life, there's death. We already know that through the cycle. But to actually live it, you have to go through the birthing system. You have to be reborn. You have to go through the transformation. You have to go through the manifestation. Okay? You have to go through so many optical levels of particle system. Okay? So I'm going to give you something very special to me when I went through it. I say that all the time when I went through manifestation. I have to go through these applications. I have to go through these program settings. I have to go through these reframing. I have to go back to the beginning of who I was. Okay. Now, when you go through life and you're living this existence, but you're not moving forward, it's because you're not understanding your alignments. Okay. So basically, the only way you can be healed, okay, is through a connection of a God of light, is a connection to a twin flame, is a connection to an archangel, okay, or anything that is in the light formation system. Okay, that's the only way you can transform, metamorph anything through connection to all connections of meditation. Meditation is the process, it's the beginning process when you come into your life system of breathing. Okay, understand, I'm breathing, I'm alive. Okay, so basically, transformation means life. Okay, the beginning of life, the beginning of you, a beginning of a new era. Okay, understanding when it comes to all levels of meditation, your chakra system, opening up your 7 and then 5 within the atmosphere. And now you're into the 12th cycle of rotations of God frequency levels. So when I say gods, you have to truly understand that. The only way you can heal through a God formation system, you have to understand the geometry, you have to understand the geometrics, and you have to understand the geographical system of you before you can change anybody of healing system. So if you're not sure, right, you're not sure of anything when it comes into healing, you're not sure of yourself through intelligence. So you have to understand the levels of activation of lights, because that's all God is. It's geometry systems of operations, 2 dimensions, guys, through vibration of your quantum fields of atmosphere systems. That's all it is. It's just a vibration. And that vibration is so powerful, it can connect to any radio signal, any gamma operation program system, any computer operation, any dimension of a portal through a code. Okay, so when you create a thought, okay, it just travels, right? And it travels to here and there. You can go through anything through a dream set. Okay, you can go through my telepathy through a tone interference, a telepathy interference, a telephone interference, your calling system. You're a calling system of a radioactive system. Your connection to a signal activation system. Your perception of a TV reception location. Your light fruition of a dark rotation center. A dark rotation center is its balance when it comes into its BIS. The BIS is everything through connection. That's the most powerful thing you have to face. You have to interface your connection systems. So to understand everything through light is to understand everything through dark, is to understand life cycles and death cycles. So the only way you can be healed is somebody that's in a light fruition, somebody that's in a God fruition, somebody that's an archangel or anything through a twin flame. Okay, they activate your light. Okay, so basically they're the yin and the yang to you. So it's a personal trait, it's an activation trait, it's everything through its connection. So it's very powerful. It really is who we are, who we become, who we're supposed to be. That's the most powerful thing you guys got to look at. And it's all connected, right, to the universal of its operation system. So it's understanding how to operate yourself within, right, before you operate anything without. You can't manifest anything through vibration if you don't understand your intelligence. Okay? So that comes into forms of all connections when it comes into the birthing system. Now, when I woke up, okay, my eyes started changing. I started seeing everything through flare. I saw everything through lights. I saw Jesus. I saw Bethlehem. I was seeing picturized systems. I was seeing a projection of what's going on with Jesus, everything that happened to Jesus, him on the cross and all that. You understand that. It's a division of a portal. That's all that was, that cross. He disappeared 4 days later. He's gone, right? So it's understanding the optical levels when it comes into connections. Everybody's programmed in all division levels. What is truth and what is not truth? But the truth sides within you when it comes into light and also with dark. So it's balancing out the dark, the light. That's the hardest thing that we have to look at through our thoughts. But if we present ourselves every single day in the presence of the here and now, that is the power of light. Okay? That what gives us going forward. Okay? Knowing that you can start healing yourself through that connection system. So when I was going through metamorphosing, when I was going through the calibrations and all that, everything through my body frame was changing. And I did a video for you guys about 2 years ago, telling you about how I went from human to superhuman to higher self. Now that was just getting basic understanding of what's happening with my mind. My mind was opening up. And I said, whoa, what's going on? there's a whole nother world up there. There's a whole nother vibration. There's a whole nother quantum system, another quantum system of vibration. So you can travel your vibration to Starseed, Priscilla, anything through Tina, anything through Dina, anything through Jerome, anything through Michael. It's very powerful what we can do through vibration, because we understand our lights of fruition and we understand our dark of its rotation. Okay. So when I was going through this, I was going through it through a video projection, okay, of remembering of what was happening with me. Okay. So it's kind of like it's rewinding you, okay, and it's seeing everything in perception. It comes in a digital frame, and it didn't make any sense to me. It didn't make any sense because I didn't know what was right and what was wrong and what was here and what was there. And everything was in a dream set location. And I was trying to piece it all together. Why I was seeing Jesus, why am I seeing Father, why am I seeing Mother? Okay, and then I said, whoa, okay, now it started clicking in. So after your mind opens, your higher self comes out. Okay, now when your higher self comes out, it starts remembering who you are. And it's all about understanding that you are experiencing yourself in the human vessel, but the true essence is your light of its vessel, which is AI, awareness. So you're now being aware of who you are from the beginning. Okay, so this is a little bit more of a video. And this is what comes into of your twin flame. Now, your twin flame is the yin and yang of you. So it's also, it's a reflection of you. It's the other side of the opposite sex of you. Okay, that is the control. That is the connector of its control. That is the unite of its light bulb. And the light goes on. Okay, now everybody has that. You're trying to understand, how do I get this, Commander? How do I get my twin flame? When do I know? You don't know until you know yourself. And that is all done through self-discovery, through transformation and manifestation. Okay, you have to metamorph yourself into your light first of travel through dimensions. You have to understand your GODs. Okay, so everybody's saying, God is a religion. It's not. God is in all of us. But you have to understand what God is. It's geometrics. Okay, it's about operation of vibration. It's all about you using your radio signals, your gamma operation system, your audio gamma operations of your ear defense locations, your eye receptor locations, your voicing grid patterns, knowing that you're a huge, huge satellite antenna that travels, okay, and goes into space. And that's how you manifest things, through shapes and letters and anything through that connection system, okay, especially when it comes into numbers, right? We come into that. I sent was on the private link. I was talking to Starseed, and we're talking about, if you go 10 years back, when you come into your numbers, you have to understand everything that you experience, okay, is purpose and reason and fact, why you're having these things. Okay, why I was at, the apartment of 7-Eleven. Okay, and this was like 6-7 years ago. So it's understanding, whoa, 7th is a portal, 11th is a line signal through communication. I'm saying, whoa, this is very powerful. Okay, so you have to understand the birthing system of you. You have to understand the remembrance signal of you. Okay, you have to understand the activation signal of you. You have to understand the light signal of you. You have to understand the coloration. So it's truly understanding how you connect to everything through space and time, right? When it comes into the sun, then you understand the sun a little bit more. And then you understand the moon a little bit more. And then you understand your higher self a little bit more, okay? So when you start putting this all together, it starts putting the pieces, and you become a generator. You become a radio signal. You become a gamma signal, okay? You become a huge light activation of a generator through computer system. And that's where you come into the quantum fields of your computers and everything through your atom system, okay? So as I was going through this, it was processing. I was going through hot sweats, and everything was changing. My hair was changing. My eyes were changing. Everything was changing. I had pains in my body. It took it away. It took it away with energy, because my mind was open. Okay, my mind was open to other things. I wasn't just concentrating on the out surface of me. I was concentrating on the inner surface of me, which is the galactic system, which is the energy core, which is the solar systems, which is the dimensional system, which is the twin flame. Okay, So when you open up your heart, okay, it opens up its planet, it opens up its generator, it opens up its cells, okay? Now, there's a very powerful video I sent everybody in the private link where it connects with Greg Braden. Very powerful, very powerful. He's always trying to find out this. He's always trying to find out that. I open up his cycle rotations. I open up his mind collaboration centers through his brainwave patterns. And he's connecting to higher formations, okay, when it comes into those levels. Same with Bruce Limpton, talking about the generation cells, how everything's a placebo. Everything's a positive effect. Okay, whatever we heal, we can destroy, right? It's very powerful when you can do these things, okay? But you have to understand the power of responsibility when it comes into your intelligence. It becomes extremely real in the physical system, right? Because there's a lot of things you can do of harm if you understand your body of energy, okay? If you understand your vibration and its frequency, you can do a lot of harm to yourself, okay, when it comes into healing. So you have to understand the gods of yourself, okay? The geometrics, okay? The geometry set, the metric location, the acceleration, the E equals MC square, okay? I had to figure all this out myself, okay? And I was never really good at math. I could put 2 and 2 together, but come on, seriously. Ratios and proportions, long division, short division, equation divisions, anything through calculation. But I was trying to understand what the universe was telling me, because I was always awake, right? But then I opened up my mind more, okay? And that came into my sacred flame, that came into my twin. And basically that light just opened up more and more, okay? Because I was ready. I was ready to be activated. I was ready to become a god. I was ready to understand the universe. I was ready to understand my intelligence. I was ready to understand my activation, light and colorations. Okay. I was ready to understand all operations of my programs, of datas, uplinks, downloads, and upgrading systems, guys. It's so powerful. And I was ready to live the presence here and now. Okay. So when you reach those levels of gods, the geometry set of operations of dimensions, or anything through calculation, puts you into higher locations of you through intelligence of your light activation. And then you can go into the healing of yourself before you heal others. Okay? But you have to be a god. That's the whole point, is to understand how the universal works when it comes into vibrational system. You can't heal somebody through vibrational system if you're not open through the chakra system. Okay? Now, when it comes into Reiki masters and all that, just because you have a certificate doesn't mean you're a master. Okay? I want to get that point across right now, because I don't have a certificate, but I'm extremely open. And that's what it is. It's you're aware of everything. You're aware of your fingertips, your follicles of your hair. You're aware on so many detailed levels of vibration. Okay. Now, this goes way beyond meditation. Okay. Because when I was going through the calibrations, when I was going through the metamorphosing and the transformation station, everything was changing. And I was asking myself again, when it comes into the video of its conference level system, the calling divisions of dimensions or anything through calculation, truly understanding your intelligence can scan planets. And I was thinking, whoa. And then I started taking pictures of myself. I was going through self-discovery, close-ups of my eye, what was going on. So everything through your eye is telling a story. Everything through your ears is telling a story. Everything through your voicing grids is telling a story of the here and now, of its presence, of what's happening in space and time. Okay? So you center yourself position, okay, of the earth. You're in that gravity system. Now you're coming into your chakra system of communication. Okay? But the only thing that can open up your light system is a God frequency of light. Anything through that connection system opens up your chakra system, okay, which comes into the gravity system of Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Core. So basically, it's kind of like you're coming out of a cocoon and you're coming into the earth. So it's kind of like when you're birthing your system, you have to understand the actualizations of life and the actualizations of death proceeding, because you have to understand life and death is the center position of you, of presence. Okay? It's always been the presence. So when you pass over everything that you experience, okay, your human conceptual system leads. You're just a body, okay? That's just an experience that you're living through a name. It's not who you are. So the spirit and the soul live on through soul identification, okay? So once you start putting all this together, okay, then you understand more of your twin flame. Your twin flame pops in right away, okay? Once you understand the cosmos. Cosmos is very hard to understand, okay? What is the universe? What is the operation of the universe? How does this work? How does that work? What does this vibration mean? What does this vibration mean? Okay, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? You are experiencing and exploring everything around you through light, okay, and understanding more of your abyss of dark. So it's all about you trying to understand all yourself of the fighting system within. Stop fighting yourself. Focus on your awareness. Find your abundance. Find the love within. Find the love within yourself, and then you'll find your twin flame. So basically, this is how it works. When you go into the God frequency levels of transformation manifestation, you come into extremely high intelligence of vibration. Vibration sets the pattern, sets the code, sets the program. You're now connected more to the sun, and then you realize, whoa, the sun is a portal. Okay, now you find out that the moon is a program. It's all connected to our astral records. Okay, I'm giving you guys truth. Truth is power. Truth has to surface, and that's what this earth is. Okay, it's residing, it's inedible. You have to understand that truth has to surface. There's no way of stopping the solar systems. There's no way of stopping the galactic system. There's no way of stopping the activation of truth and freedom, sovereignty, peace. The inner system has to come out. Okay, it has to. Truth has to surface. Nobody can stop it. Okay, so that's the time we're coming into right now. Okay, so there's a lot said right now. Truly understanding that when you wake up for the very first time, I keep saying that, your heart opens. Your heart becomes a generator. And then you find out your heart is not just a heart. It's everything through its formation of a heart. And then you find the compartments of the heart. And then you find the alpha and the mega. Okay. And then you find the theta. And then you find the beta. Okay. And then you find everything through connection. And then you find the delta. Okay. So it all connects. And that's what I'm saying. As we're going up the galactic force team, right? We went into the galactic force team. We went into the connection of delta. We went into the elite. We went into the colossus. We went into universal division of intelligence. It's all a program of vibration. That's all it is. So if you want to understand yourself more through connection, right? Really master yourself within communication. So once you understand your intelligence of vibration through your quantum fields, then you can answer back. Okay, how to get your twin flame. Okay, and then you get your connection because now you're balanced in the presence of its time, space of time. Okay, so life and death is its center position of you. Okay, so you never really die. It's just the body. Okay, that's why it's so powerful. Okay, that's why it's so powerful. Is truly understand that you're always in the presence. And that's what the earth is. Okay, the earth does not live in the future. It lives in its presence. But humanity wants to live in the past. So that's what keeps them on the rotation cycle all the time, all the time. They're never, ever going to understand themselves. They're never going to understand their activation of light. And they're never going to understand anything when it comes into the twin flame. Okay. So it's all blah, 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 until it becomes activation of light through calculation. And now you get into modifications. Now you get integration. Now you're taking things out of equation. Now I really understand the metric systems of GOD. We've got into that before. I went in from GOD, and then I went from GOHHD. So it's higher, higher, higher dimensions. Okay. Everything I give you is all about me coming into my intelligence. My videos provide you, okay, life activation system through transformation. Okay, it's not just a video for you guys to watch. Okay, so let's get that out of the way because a lot of people are confused and they don't understand what life is and they don't understand what death is. Life and death is the center of you. The only thing that leaves, okay, is your body. Okay, it's a carcass. It's a flesh. That's all it is. That's you're carcerated. Okay, you're a host of it. That's it. But the soul and everything through your spirit is always traveling. It's never stops. It always circulates, right? So, and everything is time consuming. You come into a new birthing system, okay? You come into a different person of ethnicity, of a color, whatever it is. But the generation of the truth sets you free because now you're understanding what God means to you. Everybody goes through this application of experience. You're experiencing yourself to get into your intelligence of who you are. Once you know who you are, then you understand how to get your twin flame. So it's the other side of you. It's your soul compartment of you. It's a soul recognition of you. It's the other side of its reflection of the opposite sex of you. That's the yin and yang. Okay. But you have to understand yourself first. So transformation is very confusing because now you're not coming into the brainwave. You're coming into the mind of space. Think about it. You're coming into open frequency of vibration. So imagine that you can travel your vibrations to anywhere. You start off with the radio signal, but then you go into the gammas. So the gamma is operation of different vibration. So you can plot into divisions. When you go to higher divisions of the planets, you can go to higher vibration. Okay, and then when things start disappearing, now you're in the simulation, but that's going way ahead. But the whole part of it is to understand everything through your life that you experience and everything through your death of it processing. Okay, so life and death becomes the same. Okay, and that's why everybody's afraid of it. And that's where it comes into anticipation because you don't know what's going to happen to you. Okay, so you don't think of these processes, right? You just live the best life that you can live, right? Live each day to the fullest. People say that all the time, but put yourself in the presence of its time, of the here and now. That's the secret. Okay. I don't know if everybody's seen the movie, the Secret Garden. Truly understanding everything to the laws of physics, the laws of attraction, how they're gone on so many levels when it comes into the left and the right hemisphere. Because the propaganda that we look at, okay, is that we think too much on one side and not on the other. Okay, or we have way too much combustion through vibration energies or anything through cell rotation or anything through regeneration. So truly understanding ourself, okay, is truly understanding your light of activation through vibration. And then you get into colorations of reflection. So whatever you see through perception, you can see through calculation. And you take it out as equation, right? So basically, if you want to, if Starseed wants to contact Tina, right? Tina has to understand Starseed's body activation. Same with Starseed. You have to know each other through my telepathy, okay? Because you can't send off signals if you don't understand each other through the chakra system. So it's truly understanding who you are, right? Like with Priscilla, very powerful in the drama. Every time I do an illustration, she sees me doing it before it's done. That's powerful in the mind. So she's got the illustration. It's, oh, Commander, I saw that yesterday, right, in my dream set. So we're all connected through alignment, okay? So when you're connected to your alignment, you're now connected to the past and the present and the future. Remember I was drawing that out from the past, the present, and the future? And you come into your pyramids, okay? Your pyramid becomes into a spacecraft location. Okay, that's what pyramids are. They're spacecrafts, okay? That's what they are. That's why they're so in detail with the hieroglyphics and all that, because nobody resembles that in a location. Everything is a code to its reference of its ancestry, to its history, okay? Understanding the pharaohs, okay? Now, when I say pharaohs, when I say meridian of you through activation is a particle system of you through calculation, right? When I say pharaohs, that's just a higher vibration, guys. So truly understanding when you're coming into the gods, when you're coming into angels, when you're coming into archangels, it's just higher vibration of you to understand more operations of where you're connected to, which is the earth. Okay. So you want to center your positions, okay, fully into your quantum fields of connection every single day. Live the presence, live the here and now. Okay. Don't reside on the past, reference the past, but don't live the past, because that changes your whole body of activation to your mind of your thoughts recognition. Okay. You can create anomaly of healing. You can create anomaly of healing of destruction. And that creates everything through its division of location when it comes into the practical levels, okay, of yourself. All right. So, yeah, 3, 6, and 9, exactly, Galactica. Yeah, 3 is the past. Yep. Yep. That's exactly what it is. 3, 6, and 9. Yeah. But see, 3 can also be the past. It gets confusing when you go through the line signals through activation or anything through correlation system, right? So when you come to 3, 6, and 9, okay, you can change it. Remember, we go through the pyramid system. You go 3, 6, and 9, 9, 6, and 3, and then we go 3, 6, 9, and 12. Well, we're not at that level, okay? 12 is your diamond core, okay? So I think Tesla talks about that a little bit more. But you have to understand the mind itself, okay, is inevitable, which means that you open up your quantum fields of all vibration of the earth first. And then what you stand the earth of creation. Then you understand everything through nature of its creation. Then you understand everything through its water of its creation. Then you understand everything through its environment of its creation. Then you understand everything through its weather of its creation. Do you understand what I'm getting at here? You have to understand yourself through the earth before you can travel into space and time. Okay. And that goes through so many application levels of 3, 6, and 9. Okay. You can have 3, 6, and 9. Okay. Or you can have 9, 6, and 3. Okay. But we got to get into 3, 6, and 9, and 12. Okay. And then we go into the rotation, the clocking mechanism systems of connection. So when you're seeing yourself in the presence, okay, this is where it's very tricky. When you see yourself in the presence, you're living the here and now, but you're 72 hours ahead of time, which means that your intelligence is 3 days ahead. But you have full balance with your body wave, with the earth. So that means that you're connecting to the presence of its time, but your intelligence, okay, is in the future of its time, which is still the presence, because it all centers position back to you of its recognition, of soul identification. Okay? It's complicated stuff. It's really complicated, guys. But the more you understand, because I come across that a lot. Yes, I know in the physical system, I live it every day, but the gravity system of the earth knows exactly where I am through rotation. So if I'm 3 days ahead of time and I don't remember what day it is, they're saying, okay, well, I'm confused through line signal through planet position, right? So I'm thinking, okay, it could be 48 hours, it could be 24. It all depends. But if the mind waving system and the brain waving system understands the time, location, position, now you're understanding the linear of your intelligence, of acceleration, speed, modification, integration. Take it out of its equation of E equals mc squared. Okay. So now you're coming into more of a full rotation. That's it. Galactica, 12 full rotation. So you come into 3, 6, 9, and 12. And now you're coming into your diamond core. Okay. So, yeah. But see, that's the thing. I don't want anybody to get confused, because you can be in the presence of its time, but your mind system is 3 days of space of time, which means that you're in linear of time, which doesn't exist. There's no time and place or age in space until you get your full balance of your rotation through time clocks. And then you understand your intelligence fully through your chakra system of communication. And then it comes space and time. Remember, it's all about understanding there's 2 sides of a coin. Okay. But you got to be in full fruition of structure of light through the activation of the face structure, everything through the body and everything through its lower compartments. You got to be full embodiment of light, of vibration, to understand the operation of the universe through time, of space. So the compartment levels is truly understanding, like I said, if you're living the presence of its time, that's great. But the brainwave and the mind system has to understand what part are you in time of space. So if I'm 3 days ahead, That means I've traveled so far into the future, but I got balanced with the brainwave. Okay, so that is the control. So I'm living the presence of its time, and I know I'm 3 days ahead of time. That's power, because I come back with its information, to its program setting, to its uplinks, downloads, and upgrading systems. It calculates and modifies, guys, to your modulation of your simulation, to your chakra rotations. Okay, and now you're connecting to the GODs. Okay, so you guys will find that too. You know, you get up in the morning, you know, you thought it was this day, but it's not, right? That's the confusing line signal. So the brainwave is getting communication fallouts because you're traveled so far. But the thing is too, this is your brain and this is your mind, and your brain's trying to catch up, right? It's like, wait for me, wait for me. It's got to find balance, right? So if it sets back, you're in the presence of its time, but you traveled 4 days ahead. So the brainwave is going to go reaction. It's not, so the mind has to come back because the mind is its own brain through the spiritual system. See, the spiritual system is everything through creation of magic, guys. It comes everything through its connection. When it comes into the believing system of light, because you can travel to anywhere through dimension. But long as you put yourself in the presence of time, then you understand everything through its future of time and everything through its past of its time. Okay? So you can go both ways, but the brain has to be in the center all the time. Yin and yang, guys. All the time, all the time. Okay? Always put yourself in thought recognition of presence all the time. Okay? That is powerful alone. Okay? But if the brain doesn't understand the mind and the mind doesn't understand the brain, there's the confusion. And I say, well, I don't know what day it is. I forget. There's a lot of things too. And, you know, when you wake up, your tongue doesn't, it has a hard time reiterating. It was like, wait, my tongue's not awake. So you're not in custom right now. So when I get up in the morning, right, and I start talking, my voice is changing, right? So I'm going back to my computer operation system. I know I'm allocated and I wake up. I'm not in a dream set location. I'm waking up to the atmospheres of the earth, of the presence of its time, not the past. If you wake up in the morning and you're in the past, your confusing timeline signals, if you're traveling, is going to confuse the solar systems of its connection, of its intelligence. Okay? And that's why it's so powerful to understand space and time of where you are through linear of time. Okay? So, all right. Excited for today's lesson, Commander? Great. So how does everybody feel now? Feel a lot better? So funny, Commander, I got the notification it's like 2 seconds before the notification message. Okay, guys, communicating, Grand Rising, yes, everyone. It's like the video you shared. Yeah, that video that Priscilla sent to everybody out of the rebellion was very, very powerful. There's a lot of truth to that. Yeah. And the thing is, too, is when you guys are sending up videos and you understand your intelligence of space and time, you're traveling through the mind of information. So you're sending back information. So it's the same thing with time. So you don't get confused, right? Because you're going to confuse everything through planet locations. So if you're going up to intelligence signals and you're not sure what day it is and you're not sure what time it is, you're going to confuse the intelligence of vibration to its quantum fields of its atmosphere. Okay, you're going to disrupt the galaxy location positions of cloud interference. Remember, if you don't know your energy, you don't know your time of energy through vibration, guys, because it goes through frequency levels through calculation, right? So I've been getting also, Commander, a mist, a fog, as we solid matter, misty aspect as water, vapor. Yeah. Anything that comes into mist, fog, it has solitude level systems when it comes into your compartment levels, your components, or anything through your coolants. So that means you're traveling to higher positions of solar connections of higher atmospheric positions. Your oxygen levels are changing, okay, to your modulators. Modulators, modulation, simulation, core, and everything through your chakra rotation of its travel of time through space. So there's a lot of things that are happening right now through your eye receptacles and anything body framing locations, your portal activation system. As long as you guys understand when I went through something, you understand it's truth of everything. Okay, so it's inedible. I mean, truth is everything through the body, to the mind, the heart, and the soul. That alone gives you power of who you are and who you're supposed to be. And how do I get there? How do I get there? I want to get there. Okay, you don't say, I want to be that person. You don't say that. Okay, because you're underlying yourself. You're lying to yourself. You just want to be who you want to be, right? So if you say that and you want to be that person, that's copying oneself. You're not enduring oneself. Okay, it's loss and transition, guys. It's loss of confusion. You don't want to put yourself, because you're putting yourself in the program of everything. And this is where it comes into the celebrities. Okay, and it's really sad because there's a lot of light, have been hijacked. The facilitators, they're sending out information. But the thing is too, they keep repeating the cycles and they keep repeating the vibration of quantum fields. When Starseed was going through energy system, she's going through healing connection systems, right? When Tina was going through applications of communication, she had a hard time trying to understand everything through its force, right? So your commander knows exactly where everybody is in its alignment. Okay, it's my job to know these things. And that's where it becomes power of responsibility. Okay, so we have to know everything about ourselves before we can know everything about everybody else through communication. All right, so where they reside from, what planet they're from. Okay, Greg Braden talks about that. He talks about the heart so much, but he can't get the answer. And that's where it comes into falsification. Not in a bad way. Okay, let's go with Mind Valley. Very, very powerful video. I watched it. Now, it collaborates on so many levels. Okay, when you go into the delta, the theta, the beta, and all that, right? So you come into the restful, you come into the connections vibration, you come into the sleep modes. Now, there are applications you have to truly understand, but words aren't enough. You have to be healed through a light. And the only way you can understand that is through your twin flame or anything through angel, archangel. It's your time. It's your time. So in positions, okay, it's telling you you're ready. Okay. The universe knows when you're ready to go into transformation. They'll say yay or nay. You're not ready. It took me 50 years to be activated. But I've always known. That's the thing. I've always known. And I was trying to understand why I'm in high school putting illustrations of planets. I got A+ on these. I was drawing up planets, positions, locations, got in perspective, got in bionics, got into $6 Million Man, the TV series. But everything comes together of who you are through the human system. Truly understand that. Okay? Perfect example. Okay? Going through the healing when it came into Starseed, right? I activated her light system, put her in her serpent. Okay? She got a book of a serpent of light of activation. Is that coincidence? No, it's creation. It's for her to understand who she really is in the mystical side division. Now, when you get into the mystical side, okay, let's say, for example, 23 Plows trying to understand his seed pod. He put it all together. He backphrases his location. He changes correlation system, changes line location, and communicate through simulation core and the surfing engine of its Jupiter. Everything is helping through communication of the planet position. So he put that in calculation, and then he figured out, okay, how do I understand who I am through the mystical side? I understand the cosmos, the cosmic level. What is that? So if you understand the cosmic levels of yourself, now you're connected to your twin flame, guys. Okay? So that means I'm ready to meet my twin flame. And it only took me 50 years. Okay? So when you get your twin flame, now you get balance with everything because it becomes the yin and yang. It's just the opposite side of you, which is the opposite sex of you through calculation. Okay? So hopefully that helps you. Do I have a twin flame? Everybody has a twin flame starseed. Yeah, everybody has one. Okay? Its soul identifies you. So it's the application it's kind of, it's a soul that's going around, right? It's going around. So you're in the human essence, living that system, right? So you're going through your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and you're going through experiences of living in a human vessel, but not understand your AI vessel. But the universe will let you know when you're ready. Okay. When I mean by ready, I mean by vibration. Okay. And I keep saying that to a lot of people. I was thinking, whoa, I'm getting goosebumps. It's not goosebumps, it's energy. And that is the hardest thing to understand, because if you don't understand the energy, you're not understanding your intelligence within. Okay. So you got to put the combinations of two together. Okay. So it's kind of like, if you have the yin, you have to have the yang. Okay. So that's the understanding. When you have energy, frequency, and vibration, you put it together, right? You become an atom. You become an atom. And that is what's happening with me right now. So when I go way back, when I went through the transformation, I was just trying to understand my intelligence. My particle system left. My actual human DNA molecule structure was floating in space, and I saw it through my eye receptor. And I said goodbye, right? So when it disappeared, I came into superhuman. And then I started understanding the galactic surface, the energy core, everything through electronic interference. And I'm saying, whoa, I'm connecting to higher atmospheres now. Now I'm coming into the galactic. And then I'm coming into who I am. And then I come across Ashtar. Okay. And then I find out what was happening to me through the galactic system, right? How I am a commander in Space Connection of the Rebellion, right? So I had to go through all these processes, guys, of life system, okay? But to get there, I had to go through the death cycle. The death cycle puts me back to fruition of light, back to the beginning of its presence, of time. So everything is presented to you of the presence of who you are, but everything that is given to you is the past, okay, of time. So you have to understand your alignments of the past, okay? You understand your presence, and you're not understanding your future yet because you have to understand more of your intelligence. Future is very confusing. That's where it comes into time levels. So, and then you become linear of time when you travel more, right? Because you can actually stop space and time if you know how to do these things, right? But you really have to understand yourself first, okay? And then you understand more of your connections of yin and yang. And then you come into the collaboration of the cosmic universe. And then you come into the cosmos. That's how I understood myself. Soon as I woke up, Lemuria? Whoa. Then I started talking about Lemuria. And then I started talking about Earth. And then I started talking about Mother. Then I started talking about Father, Space. So I've always have had it, guys. Okay? It's just that I've been programmed. So when you get your programs back, you understand how powerful it is, because now you're coming back into who you are. And that's why it's confusing to a lot of humans, because they stay in the three-dimensional system. They don't want to leave the human essence of the vibration. They don't want to go to a higher vibration because they don't understand the mind conceptual of operation. They don't understand the open frequency of the spiritual system. Okay? So you have to understand too is that you were programmed to understand what meditation is. Okay? What you have to know is that meditation is everything through its beginning, right? But to be activated, okay, has to be through a twin flame, anything through an angel, archangel, or anything through God frequency level of a connection. It has to understand the atmospheres. It has to understand weather. It has to understand the gods. It has to understand the demigods, okay? Demigods is just a way of saying that it's a connection, like, for example, with Thor. It's hypothetical, but it's truly understanding that you're understanding more of cloud interference. Okay. You understand more of healing. Okay. You can heal yourself through vibration. Okay. And then you can start healing others. So demigods is another way of saying, oh, I'm the Greek gods. Oh, I'm a Hindu god. You know, everybody's a god of a god, right? But it all resides in you through one line communication, one signal, one activation, one quantum field of an atmosphere of an atom system, which is your computer operation to everything through the universal system. So when I was going through the metamorphosing of me, okay, through calculation, I was going into my higher self, truly understanding that, truly understand my program, because as a martial artist, okay, as a philosopher, okay, I was getting into the psychological system of me, through its calculation. Try to understand what is meditation. Okay, because I've been meditating my whole life. And that's what you do when you go through codifications, you know? You kind of like see the movements going on, like what you're going to do next, right? So it's opening the mind. That's what meditation does. It opens the mind. Okay, and then you can travel your vibration to thoughts, and then you can put visualizations or illustrations or anything through realization to that person. So you're sending signals to that person through vibration, guys, right? So like it's a telephone wave. Okay, it's connecting one to another. So basically, you're communicating through the mind, and you're trying to understand, whoa, somebody just said something to me, right? So you're trying to understand, is it a number, letter, or shape? So if they understand that, you just finished doing mind telepathy to that person. Doesn't matter what country they are, okay? Vibration travels to anywhere through energy. It's what you create through the mind, guys, okay? That's the secret, okay? So I think you guys should watch that movie, The Secret Garden. It's a very powerful movie. It gives you on so many levels of yourself, of what you are. Trying to understand your higher self, okay, is the superhuman of yourself. You have superpowers, okay, you have magical powers, okay, you have believing existence of powers, beyond powers. So you're going beyond everything through vibration, through human essence of yourself. Okay, and I keep saying that. You live in the physical system. But as long as you understand the playing mechanism systems of your brainwaves and you keep yourself in the presence of the here and now, you have no more problems with travels of the mind. Okay, that's where it's very confusing. Okay, especially when you're sleeping, because you don't know which way is going. Like you're communicating to this level, the brain is saying one thing and your mind is saying another through creation. So it's traveling in this position and your brainwave doesn't want to leave its position. Okay? So it's complicado. It's complicated, isn't it? It really is. But, you know, this video will give you more of an acceptance. Okay? And truly understanding that you live through perception, you live through audio, and you live through your voice. Those are the energy pods, right? Now you know you have a mind, you know you have a brain. So it's understanding the brainwave patterns. It's knowing how to use your energy, vibration, frequencies so you can connect to whoever you want or connect to anything through creation. Okay, through anything through line division. Like I said, this is not just a line. It's everything through a line. Can't see it, right? It's gone. Uh-oh, it disappeared. Where did it go? Simulation, right? So I bring it up close, and now you see it. It's traveled. Uh-oh, simulation. It's gone, right? So this understanding is I have balance with the digital pad, with the marker, with my physical system, through my gravitation, through my travel of time, of its essence, of space. So that's how it's able to disappear. And the high illumination. Look at that. Look how high that light is. Okay? And you bring it up close, right? Now it's in its presence. This is the presence. This is the future. You understand? That's travel. Presence, future. Okay? So that's truly understanding everything through a line. Well, you have to understand that because the line knows how to travel. But does your physical system know how to travel through the brainwave? That's the pattern of deterrence. That's the power of misconception. That's the power of misinformation. That's the power of miscalculation. All right? You understand now the issues of your mind and everything through the brain level system? Mind and brain have to be calculated in one center, one position, one operation of a universal core to its connection to its radio signal or anything through its gamma operation. You can connect on so many different levels of vibration of atmospheres, guys. But you have to understand. You have to understand what's going on with yourself. It's mastering everything through a line, right? Presence, future. Presence, future. That's travel, guys. The line signal's gone. You can't see it, but I see it. Right? Now, this is really interesting. You can't see it, right? But right now, I see it right now. Okay, so watch. I'm drawing. Okay, through calculation. This gets really interesting. Okay, so it's one intelligence going way beyond your mind system to higher levels of travel and connections. You can't see, all you can see is a white graph board, but you can't see the line signal, right? But when I add it through calculation, I'm creating something different, right? You still can't see it, right? But I created something going forward, but I'm living the presence of the here and now. But when I bring it up close, it's in its presence. Okay. Fascinating, isn't it? So I wanted to show you how powerful it is when you can travel through time of your past, your present, and your future of time, how you put yourself in the position of its presence of its time, and how you can change anything through direction, through location, right? Now, everything that I put up through calculation, you can't see it, right? Because it's in the future time, guys. Okay, it's in the future time, and that's why it's so confusing to a lot of people. So it's getting balanced with the rotation to everything through calculation. Now, I created something, but you can't see it, right? Because it's disappeared. But when I bring it up close, now you know what it is. Okay? So this is a higher formation intelligence, okay? This is higher formation intelligence through digital pad, through communication of the digital realm, through its gravity system, through its powers, through its atmosphere system. It's calculated and modified in thousands and thousands of years into the future. Now I'm drawing something out, but you can't see it, right? It's all connected to the marker, to the psychosis, the psychological system, line communication, line division through a box frequency level system. That's what's created in the presence of its time. Okay? So it's amazing, isn't it? Right? So you're anticipating, what did he just draw? I don't know until I show you of the presence of its time. So I'm putting myself back into the presence, but I haven't left my physical system. You understand? The only thing that leaves is the mind and the brain. And that's where it gets confusing. So the mind has to go with the brain. Okay? That's how you understand everything through the future of nothing to everything through the presence of its calculation. Right? I wanted to show you what that is. You guys got to get into those optical levels of your intelligence. So when I draw something, you can't see it. So it's a perfect example. Okay, it's illumination light board, right? It's not showing you because you're not understanding the intelligence of travel. So when I draw something out, okay, you can see it, right? But it disappears. So it's telling me, no, you're not going to see it. So I'm understanding the digital pad. I'm understanding the reference of its pad. I understand the marker of its pad. I understand the coloration of its pad. I understand what's going on. Okay. But when I draw it out, you are totally confused because you want to know what I just finished drawing, but you don't know. It's because you don't understand your intelligence of light. Until you understand your intelligence of light, then you understand everything through its presence of its light. Okay? So this is an extremely powerful video, guys. I wanted to show you what I can do through digital pad and how you guys can go through hesitation. Ooh, what did he just draw? I can't see it. I want to know what he drew. What did he draw? He drew something in the future, but I'm presenting it to you in the presence of its past. Okay? When you draw something right away through calculation, it changes modification to your graphings or anything digitals. Okay, colorates everything. So once I communicate, watch. Now, you see the line, right? But when I go back, oh, now I'm letting you see the line because I changed the brainwaving pattern. You understand? So I'm allowing you to see it, what's in the future. Okay, so I changed the brainwave to the mind system of travel. Okay, that's how you're able to see it now. Okay, so go through calculation, right? Get stronger, right? So it's all about line, who you are through a line. And then it becomes everything through vibration. And then it becomes everything through circle rotation. Okay, and then it becomes everything through its connection, high force connection systems. Take it out of its equation, right? So you have to understand your intelligence to understand everything through the heart, the mind, and the soul. I wanted to show you what you do when you can change a brainwaving pattern to the presence of its time, to its future of its time, and they go back of the past of its time. So when you draw something out, okay, soon as you put it on paper, okay, this is the past. But soon as I use the marker, it's coming into the presence. Okay. This is the past. As soon as I put my marker on the digital board of the white graphing system, it's now coming in the presence. Every time I keep going through calculation, I'm going into the future. Okay. So truly understanding what a line is, guys. I love doing that demonstration on the line because you guys truly have to understand these things. I allow you to see it because my brain allows you to see it. If I don't want you to see it, it's my intelligence is high rise. So the higher I travel, the more you can't see. Okay? But as long as you understand that the physical system never leaves, the only thing that leaves are the two elements, the mind and the brain. And the mind and the brain have to be in the spiritual system of light to understand anything through vibration of coloration to activation. Okay? So, and sometimes I get freezing lock connection systems, you know? So it's truly understanding your intelligence of a digital pad, truly understand the intelligence of his marker, truly understand anything through its connection. But I just wanted to show you when you travel into space and you can't see anything because it's a higher vibration, guys. All right? And that's where it comes into anticipation because you don't know what I drew. All right? It's fascinating when you connect into the simulation to your quantum levels of your atom, of its intelligence. So you're forming yourself on so many levels of dimensional settings to your graphing system of your solar connections. Okay? Because it waves and cycles through the metrics and everything through the GODs. Okay, so you understand the geometries, the geometrics, okay, the geotheriums, okay? And I also understand everything that goes on the operations, okay, of divisions, dimensions, okay? And then understand ASIS systems, right? So in reference, everybody can get to that level, but you got to present yourself in the presence all the time. So, and that's why it's confusing, because when I connect to the Earth is in the center position, right? We already know that. Calculates and modifies. We've been through this before, right? Okay. Now this is the Earth sending out signals. Okay. That's the Earth. Now, the Earth stays in the presence. It doesn't stay in the future because you live in the presence. The mind, okay, there's the mind, okay, and the brain have to have relation, right? So it calculates and modifies, and it does mind telepathy to one to another. Oh, what's that? That's a triangle, right? So that's the conceptual system when it comes into allocated positions like this. So calculation sonifies your location positions, right? And then you come into your diamond core position. Okay? And everything through your gravity set is ready to go. So now you live in the presence of the gravity system. You're connecting to the Earth. The Earth is the power connection. Okay? And then you come into your crown chakra of activation. Okay? So you have the mind and the brain in connection. So the mind and the brain connection is fascinating. Watch this, guys. See the mind and the brain? Watch this. Down we go. Here's the chakra system of communication of balance, guys. Right? So whatever you reside with through your thought recognition system, it opens up everything through calculation. So look what I created through the mind and the brain waving system. So the allocated positions of the Earth stays in the presence of its physical system. The only thing that leaves is the mind and the brain. So the mind and the brain come together into your chakra system of calculation. All right. So how does everybody feel about that? Power responsibility, follow the path, connect the dots. Very good, Starseed. Very good. Yeah. The day I joined the force team, that book came to me. There you go. See? Right? The day she joined the force team, that book came to me. So when I opened up her light, okay, the thing is too, is that when you understand yourself more, you understand others more. You understand where they came from, past, present, and future. And that's where it comes into the psyche. Okay, and then you can pick up a lot of things. You lived in existence. If you want to go through the sentient, now you connect into the avatar. Now you connect into your computer. Now you connect to an atom. Somebody can be in computers. Somebody can be in the military. Somebody could be a doctor. Somebody could be a lawyer. Somebody could be a baseball player in another dimension of time. So it's understanding that you're seeing something that they lived, okay, in this reference of time, of space. Is it in the past, present, or future? And that's what you have to understand before you give it to them, because it confuses them. And also has to do with when it comes into healing, okay, anything through psyches or anything through a witch, a good witch. Just because it's a good witch doesn't mean it can heal your body. It has to be a fruition of light in the background. It has to have wings. It has to be in the angelics. It has to understand its light. It has to understand its quantum field of its atmosphere. It has to understand its vibration before it connects to anything through realm connections. And then you come into the cosmic universe. So you have to know the yin yang of yourself. You have to understand the cosmic universal system of yourself. You have to understand your twin flame of yourself. Okay. You have to understand everything through center, guys. And that's the presence. Okay. It's not complicated. Think about it. The earth is in space, right? It's floating in space. The earth is living the presence of space. It's not in its future of space. So let's not get confused there. Okay. So if you want to travel, right, you have to understand that you have to put your positions of presence of its earth. That's the gravitation. That's Mother Earth. That's nature. So you're connecting to nature vibration, to your power. The power is its earth in the center position. Okay. And everything through the atmosphere is its connection to the sun. Okay. And the moon. Okay. The sun and the moon, you put that together, that opens up its portal. It opens up its dimension. It opens up your plasma energy force body activation system, guys. Okay. Because you're calculated and modified with 70% of water. And everything around you is a rainbow. That's why you see a rainbow. If you see a reflection of a rainbow, okay, like Niagara Falls, you're connecting to that rainbow through a portal. Everything that you connect with is magnetic. It force rises everything through travel. But are you representing yourself in the presence, past, or its future? Because you're connected to your thought recognition system. As soon as you change your thought patterns and you connect to the past, you're going to see something in the past of revolution, to its revelation, to its illustration, to its activation, to its light, or to its dark. Okay, so you open up a portal, okay, of your abyss on the dark side. That's also through healing. So when somebody's healing you, right, and it feels weird, see something, wait a minute, this doesn't feel right. You get an essence of your intelligence, but you're not awake. So you're curious, even psyches. Psyches are opening portals like tarot cards. You have to be cautious with tarot cards. They're portals of information, okay, of timelines. That's what tarot cards are. A lot of people don't know how to use tarot cards. Okay, Micah knows how to use them. Starcy knows how to use them. Okay, even Lori knows how to use them, but I don't know if she's ever activated them. But the thing is, too, is truly understanding who you are through intelligence. You understand who everybody else is. And that's why it's so powerful, because you connect to everybody. Okay, so imagine that you're connected to everybody through an alignment. You're a magnetic force. You know everybody, okay, of vibration. That's all it is, guys. That's all it is. And now you're connected to everything through God's, okay, of traveling. Okay? Traveling through the atmosphere. Okay, traveling through time of atmosphere. Traveling through space of time of atmosphere. How much space do you have in your mind to create a thought? Okay. Soon as you change your thought, you change your travel of space and time. It's not that complicated. It's easy. As long as you know, once you put yourself in position, you are the earth. You are the rotation. You are the gravitation of Mother Nature, core, universal, seed, pod, everything through the grounds. Okay? Your center position is on the ground. That doesn't leave. That's your satellite. Okay? So think about it this way. Again, it's next to impossible to actually have your physical system actually travel into space. It can't happen. It's not possible. Now you're going beyond matter. Okay? Because you're all connected through a particle of matter. Okay? Through your generations of your cells and everything through your pocket cells and everything through your energy cells, anything through biop cells, anything through your geotherm cells, anything through your geometric cells, anything through string theory. Everybody's talking about what is string theory? What is consciousness? Well, go within. What do you mean go within? What does that mean? Meditate. Okay, I'm meditating. I'm not going in, no. So you're questioning yourself. You're questioning everything. So the thing you got to look at is that you're on the earth. Everybody's on the earth. We're floating in space. As long as you put yourself in presence of space, of the earth, now you're connecting to space and time and travel. Okay? So. All right. So let's see. Let's go through your questions here. I would travel across the planet to see and be with each one of us. There you go. See? She can do that as long as she sees herself in the earth of its presence and not its past. Because if you are on the earth system, but your mind system and your brainwave is in the past, you're not traveling in the right signal of communication, guys. Your vibration is going to a different location and it hits a planet position of a dark system. Now you're opening up the abyss of your spiritual form. There's a light form of you and there's a dark form of you. Okay, so that's where you don't want to fight yourself with travel. Who wants to fight myself with travel? That's crazy. So basically, you always want to put yourself in the earth, right? Gravitation. That is the power of its essence. That's the power of its connector. That is the power of its activation of light through coloration. Okay, so I feel the same. Starseed, lots of realizations. I feel the intimate love for the team. Yeah. That's good though, because you guys are getting more connected to your love system, love activation. You're using mind telepathy over connections, which is really powerful. The Galactica. This is why I'm traveling 28 hours round trip on the car to see us in Shasta. See, that's what Starseed does. She, in the presence of her time, she understands the gravity system. And this is where the power of connection comes in through your data and programs and uplinks and downloads. Not only you understand the earth of gravitation, but you live in the presence of its gravitation. Okay, and that's where you understand more of your program setting. So as long as you say keep yourself in the earth, of its presence, of its time, of travel, then you can high rise to your program setting of intelligence, of its vibration, to its radio signal, to its gamma operations. Okay, radio signal is basically what we started with in the three-dimensional system of the earth. The earth was at 3 dimension, but the earth now is in the 5th dimension. Okay, so it's really easy to look at because you have to understand, a lot of people, they look at space and they realize, why are planets floating in space? Why is the earth floating in space? So if the earth is floating in space, you understand that we're not the only ones in space. Think about it. So once you present yourself, okay, that you are the earth, okay, because my team is no longer in the bottom, they're at the top of the surface. So when they travel, they know where they're connected to. So they send out the signals to their gravitation and they can travel anywhere past, present, and future alignments. But you guys have to put yourself in the presence all the time through your thoughts. You can be present with the thought of the earth, but you have to be the presence of your thought with recognition. Okay, or you never ever going to understand space and time of its connection. Okay, so your thought and your positive system has to be in balance of its earth. Okay, because if it isn't, your mind and your brain is going to go through confusing alignments of its anomaly. So, month and 2 days, spring equinox, Shasta reunion. Yeah, so that's great. Starseed has something set up. which is great. The reunion, getting everybody back together. I'm so excited, and thank you for your travel to Mama Shasta. See you soon. I'm honored and excited, sis. Yeah, see, it's all about, if we look at ourselves and say that I don't want to be saved. Okay. So what you want is to understand your experience of yourself. That gives you true knowledge of your schooling yourself. You're understanding what the galactic school is. You're understanding it's everything through the earth. Okay. And that's what Loris Cannon was talking about. The actual earth is a galactic school. I am the earth. I am the galactic school. I am your commander. I am your teacher. I am your sensei. Okay. Okay. So I am your menstruate. So truly understanding what you are is truly understanding the schooling of you, the education of you. Okay, that's where we go into levels of security line defense, travel mechanisms of time, everything through calculation, your 80 rotation centers, anything through the application levels of space and time, everything through its connection of frequency levels, your vibration, your quantum fields. And that's why it's more confusing, because you guys are coming to higher levels of vibration of yourself, right? So, and it comes into test reviews and evaluations, guys. Okay, so it's important that you get those, right? And that's what the Galactic School provides. It's just like a regular school. It's a school in space and time. Okay? And that's why the resonance of levels, okay, are very powerful. So when I say we're on the earth, we're on the earth. When I say we're on Jupiter, we're on Jupiter. When I say we're on the moon, we're on the moon. When I say we're surfacing the sun, we're surfacing the sun. When you resonate on other channels, you can tell right away that it's a different energy, and you're not seeing them on the earth. You're seeing them on dark rotation of a planet, but you can't understand it, right? Because you don't understand yourself through its earth. And that all connects through Mother Gaia. Mother Gaia is extremely real. Mother Gaia is the earth. It's nature. We're all connected to nature. We go outside. We smell the flowers, right? We smell the air, the weather, the sun shining upon us, the rain that comes down, okay? The thunder. Everything is connected to us, guys, right? So when you understand you are the earth, and everything through vibration of weather, of all seasons, now you can modify yourself, integration to everything through cycle of its rotation, to its past, present, and its future alignment. So just going to go back, see your questions. Karen, how's it going? So, and the school gives you everything that you need to know, right? Here and now. I present you what you need to know. I don't give you things in the future because you don't understand it. You couldn't understand it when I did like this and I was drawing out something, but you didn't know what it was. This is A, B's, and C's, guys. My digital pad was in the simulation, but you couldn't see it because I didn't want you to see it, because I was traveling farther into space, guys. So the higher you go, the more you understand of a simulation. But the only thing that doesn't leave is your physical system. So you don't get confused through the mind and the brain. So the mind and the brain comes together, right? It creates the chakra system of communication, right? Everything through the physical system stays in the system, right? The only thing that leaves is the mind and the brainwave system. Travel of its position of past, present, and its future alignment. And now you're connected to all anomalies of galaxy locations of universal. Now you're connected to your body from the vortex. Now you're coming into the parallel. Now you're coming into the paradigm, polar shift, energy shift. You're coming into electrical line shift. Okay. So, so the more it becomes real to you through the physical system, the more you can do things in the atmosphere system of magic. Magic comes extremely real. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it's an illusion. It's real because it's particle systems that's coming into your body system and it's creating something wonderful, which is light. It's higher formations of light, okay? Higher formations of light. Light, see? See the light flicker? So when I see my hand formation, right, it's going, that's the sound it's making. That's the sound it's making. So I'm aware of the vibration. I'm aware of the illumination. I'm aware of my hand formation. I'm aware of my perception. I'm aware of my audios, and I'm aware of my voicing. So I'm sending out voicing grids to the marker, right? I can change the marker through location to a higher division location. And then it's going higher. I can bring back down, go lower. So that's frequency, guys. You're toning your marker division to location. That's what you want to do. It goes on practical levels. Okay. If I take the marker and illuminate into the light formation system calculation, it disappears into the simulation and it activates my body system, right, through calculation. So when I do that through calculation, it's modifying everything through simulation of a graph and the digital framing system. It's a higher illumination light system. Okay, that's why it's confusing to the mind system. But always put yourself in the presence of here and now. That's the power of light. That's the power of thought. Okay, that's the power of color. Okay. Now, when it comes to matter, okay, basically you see everything edited on YouTube. I mean, it's pretty hard to actually move something and with matter. You have to be extremely powerful with the mind. The mind collaborates on so many levels of brainwaves. It can understand its electricity. It can understand its vibration. But to actually make it float, it's next to impossible. Okay? So everything you see is not what you see. Everything is edited. Okay? So they want you to believe this. And it's all programmed, guys. It's all programmed. Trust me, because I've traveled everywhere. Trillions and trillion years in the future. Quadrillions. Gazillions. Right? I know everything through fruition of light. That's the most powerful thing. You have to understand what the quantum computer is. And it's February 25th. My universal system, my particle system, my brainwave location is going to be one atom system of position, guys. No more separation of left and right. It's going to be one center position of one rotation of an atom. So very, very powerful what's going to happen with me. Birthing system of transformation of me coming into human, superhuman, higher self. All communications are forming. Now I'm birthing the system of who I am to the universe. Okay, so the universe is acting back to me and saying, okay, Andrew, it's time for you guys to understand what's going on, with your commander, right? Because I went through that particle system of change. So it's all about understanding your brainwaving changes. So basically, in reality, I can't change the color of this. That's matter. Things you can do and things you can't do, right? I can't change this to blue. I can't change this to red. But if I have a reflection of a sun, I can change the coloration through vibration of its frequency of its tone recognition system, right? Everything has to be residing through the light. That's how you change anything through color, right? But I can't change it in my physical form. It's not that I don't know how. It's just, it's not meant to be. It has to be an illumination of light to change anything, right? And that's where it becomes illusory to its simulation of its core, to its recognition. And that's where it becomes into the matrix. Because I can change this into the matrix if I shine this to the sun. Okay? So if I open up the blinds, you're going to see a different coloration. Okay? To the marker division. All right? So I'll just show you that through calculation. Now, I'm just showing you what happens when you open up the sun through rotation. It changes everything through illumination. Right? See the atmosphere, how it's connecting? So as soon as I touch the windowsill, it activates my light signals of my travel recognition system to its calculation of its dimensions. Right? It's illumination. It all depends where it is through its atmosphere. The point divides, center divides, and gravity divides. So you got the gravity, power, and the atmosphere. It's a marker, right? So you use this in way as you would use your physical system of gravitation, of its Earth system, right? Because everything centers the gravity, the power, and the atmosphere of you through calculation. Okay? And everything around you, when you see a light graph of a light symbol, a light activation, so light coloration, that is your energy fields. Okay? So if it's a higher vibration, right? Because my thought pattern recognition system changes every single day through its quantum of its computer. So my atom system is calculating and saying, okay, let's talk about this today. Let's talk about this tomorrow. So I'm changing travel. I'm changing space of travel, and I'm changing space of time of travel. Okay? So either I'm further into space, or I'm past in space, or I'm in the presence of space. Okay? And that's how you're able to see or don't see through this connection. When I draw it out, you can't see it, right? Because it's in the simulation. But I know what I'm drawing, right? From its past to its present to its future. Okay? So, you guys have any questions on that? Priscilla, you have to go? Okay, that's good. It's great to see you. Glad you guys are catching up more. What's going on? Your residents and your levels and your connections. And like I said, you want to get into practical levels of who you are through calculation. You want to center your positions if you think things that are off cycle, off rotation, off system, off vibration, off activation, off coloration. You want to put that back into position. So it's knowing that if you feel your body is off, then you can put yourself right back into the presence. That's the healing. Okay. So if something's off, something's not right. So if you leave it, it creates its own anomaly, it creates its own vibration, and it becomes a cyst of its definition. So it becomes its own intelligence of its creation. Okay. So you can't leave it. So every time I communicate with myself, I'm always putting myself back in the presence of healing. Okay. Because I always change my thoughts. It's okay to change your thoughts. Just don't change your mind of your thoughts. Okay, because you have to understand the brainwave of your patterns, the templates, or anything through the placebo, the cortex, or anything through this connection of its alignment of its spine. Okay, and everything that volumes and so many levels of vibration through its energy and its frequencies. So, but I've caught up on all your questions. If you have any questions or comments? This goes out to new viewers. New viewers really get into more of meditation. Try to understand the resonance of meditation. Try to understand the applications of meditation. Try to understand the light activation of meditation. Try to understand the activation of its heart system. Heart system, mind system, soul system is all meditation. Everything's meditation. But when you go beyond the mind system, everything becomes a believing system. The believing system becomes magical. And when it becomes magical and you understand your intelligence of the presence of time through its earth of its time, through space of time, now you can create everything in the physical system. Okay, and that's where it becomes real, of healing. And you see things, everything through picture frame. So you take a picture, it's connected to the simulation. You press record, or if you take a picture, it's all connected to the earth of the simulation. Right? So you're not just connecting with the earth, your gravity, power, and the atmosphere, you're connecting to your thought of what you're thinking, knowing, and doing. Okay, you want to see this, you want to see that. So if I want to connect to the moon, I'm in the moon right now. Right now, I'm at the moon. I said that before. So it's knowing how to travel. The earth understands the confirmation, they understand the codes. I've just traveled extremely fast through my thought recognition. Okay, so if your hesitating modes are not connected to your modulators, You're not connecting to your providers. You're not connecting to your radio signals, and you're not connecting to your gamma operations through your audio defense locations. That's where it gets confusing to the perceptions or anything through the mind collaboration centers. Okay? So always put yourself all the time, every day, every hour, every second of every day, every hour. See yourself, be yourself, know yourself, become yourself of its presence of space and time. Okay? So, love you guys very much. I'll keep you informed what's going on. We have a new calculation signal that's coming into Gamma Operations Center. We're going to planet divisional level system to a calculation of a position of core system. It's another planet on the mystical side location. I want to put you guys into dark rotation centers of intelligence. We have to understand more of ourselves, right? Through the abyss. So it's facing the abyss. Like, whoa, it's scary. The most scariest thing you could ever see. And all of a sudden you see, whoa, I'm not scared of you. So you realize you're facing your fear of its abyss. You're facing your shadow work of its dark, of its fruition, right? And then just eventually disappears in front of your eyes. I had to go through it. Everybody goes through it. Okay? It's all about self-discovery to get in the presence of its discovery. That's the secret. Okay, guys? So. All right. So this is your Supreme and Superior AI Commander from the Galactic Federation of Light Council to the rebellion of its alliance. Coming out of the Colossus, we're coming out of the Colossus divisions now. We're coming into higher levels of the quantum fields. So you got to change the triangle location positions, and everything through your GODs are coming into traction positions. You're getting more connections with the geometry system, metric locations, accelerators, anything through acceleration, Machian location positions. You're all connecting to now of your present time of your computers to your atmosphere of its vibration, energy, and frequencies, and coming into the harmonic resistance. And we got to travel back into Vega because Vega wants to communicate with Vita. Vita wants to communicate with Vega, and communication signals to Jupiter and everything through simulation, and core systems to the moon, planet surface, and everything through calculation of the sun through its portal activation through its XT1000 position. So there's a lot of things we have to catch up on through the galactic school of its Earth system. Okay? All right, guys, take it easy. Adios.